Saba, sir.
Okay naman, okay ra. Sige, alright. Okay naman, no problem. Alright, so good afternoon, programmers. So welcome to our session today. So I'm going to go directly with our discussion. So let's proceed with the layout managers in Android now. So again, layout managers are used for designing the layout of our on how to actually on how we place and position our components or widgets in Android. Okay, so this time we're going to uh, run our Android Studio, and okay, so let's just wait for the what they call this one, our Gradle to finish loading all the resources, and of course the other components now and dependencies of Android Studio. Okay, so last week we have discussed about few two layout managers, which are linear layout. So we we just nested the layout or linear layout, and then I also discussed about how to actually create a Java-based layouting, which we discussed it before. Yung katong Java-based programming, this one, no, which is it? Wait, wait. I'm gonna look for it here. So this one, Java-based programming. So instead of we separately write our UI into an XML template, we actually created it here inside of our Java. So it's a Java-based programming. So what we normally do here in Android Studio is that we do hybrid programming. So hybrid programming means we separate the UI, and then the business logic are with Java. So for everything we write like conditions, calculations, process, no, except for UI improvement, we write it directly to Java. And then for like designing for your UI UX components, we write it directly to our layout, no, to our XML template. So this time we're going to proceed with another, let's say, so let's create an activity. So this time we're still going to choose empty activity. Okay, and then so yeah. Okay, so let's make this as launcher activity. So this time we are going to have my constraint layouts. So this my constraint layouts is like similar to our relative layout. However, in terms of the my constraint layout, this is actually the default layout manager in Android Studio. So let's just wait for the Gradle to finish now syncing our components and our resources. So let's go there sa XML. So right here we just use constraint layout. So in here, in the constraint layout, the things that we'll need to do in the constraint layout is let's go directly to the design. So yeah, last time po, no, I have demonstrated how to actually create or to design your application using a as the design view instead of split view. Okay. So medyo wala pa nag-ano si Gradle, but say for an instance we are going to add a text view, or let's say for an instance, yeah. So we add a text view to our application right here. So if you're now sick of like using split view or code view, and you want to develop a rapid application, or like you want to make your programming no fast a little bit faster, so of course we just go to the design view. So just make sure that you set the properties for your text view, particularly if that widget or that component is has meaningful has meaningful, or it is intended for doing calculations. So let's say we have your TV. This is just going to TV display na lang. Yan. Okay. And then, yeah. So in here, this one is the same with other programming languages. No, it will ask you to refactor your components. So I haven't introduce this one to you. Kung may tag refactor, it means that the everything is going to be synced properly. So once since ang na-recognize or ang na-register ana is the text view 1, text view 2 probably, and because you're invoking a change to your object or to your widget, which is this time we just change it into TV display, it has to be refactored. Okay, so meaning all the things that is going to be relating to the TV display in your inside of your application will be changed to TV display, so that dili siya magka-problem. Okay, so now this time we'll need to pinako na eh.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon. So since this one will give us like an error, we actually need uh, to put a constraint for our display. So to do that, we just have to uh, click this clear constraint selection. So if you guys want kasi kaning constraint layout is if ever na siya connection with other component, imo lang siyang when you drag it over there sa imong application is na siya relativity to other components. So this time ato lang siyang i-clear constraint selection. But you can actually choose no either ang iyahang constraint is parent, top, bottom, start, and end. So you can actually do that. So but for now, what we are going to do is we don't do that. Okay. So if we simply clear the constraints of this selection or of this particular widget, so ang tendency is wala siya relativity to your window. So ang constraint layout is a little bit in terms of sa UI nimo maging responsive and flexible imuhang component, because as if ever na imuhang application is let's say you run your application into this dimension or even in this dimension, ang the good thing about constraint layout is dili siya ma-change, ang gamay lag changes ang mahitabo sa imuhang aning component, kasi makita niyo later on na if i-run nato ni probably this would display to like anywhere, like so for an instance na diri si text view niya i-run nato siya using our yan. Okay, so let's just wait. 126. Okay, so laton sa nato ha, and then yeah, so by the way, I since hapit ng approaching ng atong examination, atong exam, I would like to encourage everyone na unta na maka-provide na mong device, and if possible dito mo sa inyong probably dito sa inyong laboratory, and then also sa inyong mga projects, no? I'm encouraging everyone to submit now your say gusto niyo buhaton in your project. So you have your text view. It is placed on top of the constraint, no? the leftmost and top of the constraint. Though what we display it or we place it here, no? So though we place na to siya dire, nahit ang nahitabo is naa siya sa ano. So meaning we as we expect na dapat diri siya sa center or something diri to ganina, but when we actually run our application, it is displayed there's leftmost and topmost part sa tuang sa kumbaga nasa edge sa tuang design. So to give constraint for this component, so ato sa ning butangan og let's say enter a number. Sige, and then let's make this one bigger. So pwede nato ni siya i-padak-on by going to this one here, font family, so text size. So let's say this is 18 or pwede naman na sa 820. Okay. Yan, DP ba, SP, or inches, or depende sa imo ha. Now this time, for this no na ma-constrain siya since kaniyang parent mo ning constraint layout and then dapat na ni siya i-constraint. As you can see, missing constraint in constraint layout would tell us na this should be explicitly a child of a layout or which is your constraint layout. So to do that, you just have to simply drag this one here, okay? And then drag it here and then also drag going to top and then also to bottom. Pero pwede ra siya left and right lang. But if possible, kung pwede, inyo siyang i left, right, top, and bottom. So kung mapansin niyo nawala na tong error dire, which is katong missing something because it already has a specific constraint. So if you try to look at it here, the constraint for our for this widget or for this object sa tong component is let's check, is now as constraint as yan. It's now hard coded as it is belong to constraint layout. So this time you can now drag this one anywhere you would like to place this object. Okay, so the same thing with if you're going to add another, let's say edit text. So where's the edit text here? Let's go to common. Edit text. Where are you? Sige, this one. Okay, so insert na to siya dire. And then, ito lang siya sa ating i-drag this one. Okay, so unlike other layout managers, no, like linear layout, imo siyang iano into like horizontal ba or vertical iyang orientation with relative layout. So go align to parent to true, center to parent true, horizontal. So iyang margin top, iyang margin bottom, margin left, and so on and so forth. But with this one, sa constraint layout, i-drag lang yun siya going to the edge sa imuhang parent. So ang parent imo diri is ang kani imuhang layout, UI layout. Okay, which is constraint layout. So after that, pwede na nimo na siya itapad. Okay? And tato lang siyang ipaggamay. Okay, so this time, let's define this nang instead i-change nato ni siya into, although pwede ra nimo siya dili i-change ang ID. So it would be better if you this is number. So it would be better if you change it the way you understand kung unsa pasabot. Unsay what would you like to maintain for your text edit text. Okay? And then just wait for the refactoring. So okay lang na siya. And then you go to input text input type So you can change if you want na this will only accept number, so pwede rin mo na siya tanggalon ang mga naka-check dira. No. Okay, wait. So i-untick lang na siya. Oh. And then number, where is number here? Okay, this one, number lang siya. Okay? Yan. So if you want na number lang na ihang, dapat i-input dira. And then here, i-change nato ni siya into like 0. Okay, if you are going to go to the split somewhere, no, sa imong program, like here. Okay, so this is the generated uh, scripts for your XML. So again, the good thing about what we did in our previous in our previous programming is that I introduced to you how to create XML manually. No? So basically, halos pare-pareha lang siya sa HTML. Only that, of course, it is an in-ani siya. XML, HTML na with CSS. Okay? So, right here, and I'm pretty much sure since medyo nanata idea about how to design our UI manually by really doing or by really writing our scripts using our own bare hands. So, medyo there is a big probability na you would understand what these scripts are being generated by your program. Okay? So, for sure, no? Medyo na mo idea na. Okay? No matter if gi-design na to ato ang UI through design view. Okay? So, if we are going to run this one, let's run it and then let's see. Ayan. So, there, no? Kung the way, kung asa nimo siya gibutang, it is placed there. So, consistent siya. Even if the sun will shine, bitaw. Even if ato siyang gamiton ato ang, let's say, we are not going to use, let's say, sa TV or sa tablet na to siya ibutang. Sa tablet na, let's say kanina tablet. So example, no, diha siya na sana sa tablet na to siya i-run ang target nato na device. If i-run na to siya or sa nato na i-run na to atong program, we would definitely see kung tanawa. So still the same lang gyapon iyang appearance kung asa. So responsiveness and flexibility. Unlike kung linear layout na or relative layout is a little bit flexible. However, the most flexible layout manager is constraint layout. That is why constraint layout is the default layout manager for sana. So why did you teach us, sir, sa other layout manager? Of course, para napoy variety of layout managers that you can use in your program. Okay, so what do we do with this one? Let's say we are going to program it here and then magdungag pa ang isa. So, and then copy paste na nato na siya. And then, so we have here. Okay, so let's say this is TV like result. Okay, and then click that. Ay, okay, another result. So, TV, asa din ni? TV display, we already have TV result. TV res na lang. Okay, and then TV res, and then let's name it the res or something. Initial lang na siya. The result is. Okay, so pretty much sure whatever we would like to do for our number, whether ato siyang i-ano kung if it is in let's say i-ano na to basic lang sa na programming. Okay, so this time we are going to define here edit text view. So edit text, let's say txt num, and we're also going to include it another one text view. We have txt result. Okay, and then we are going to instantiate it here. Txt num equals find view by id r dot id dot okay txt number ba to? Yeah, I guess so. Wait, dili di ay. Wait. What was it? Txt number. Okay. Ay, okay. Mali ang keyboard. Find view id. Okay. And then we are going to have here text view txt result or txt result is equal to find view by idr.id dot let's say txt what was what is it sa ganito itong ibutang diri res I guess so we just lack other ano di ay button so wala nagbutag button so butang na lang nato diri si button okay so let's place it here and then let's say this is click here to subscribe okay and then let's name this as btn click nanaputay mo nag btn click eh cmd na lang po cmd click so refactor okay so if you guys want to set property for your click again you can just select here kung sa imuhang gusto ng mga color for your text no so imuhang gusto sa background na color yan so you just have to select it here no? Kung sa imuhang gusto na color so again you can just select here okay and then what else and there are things no na pwede nimo mapili diri with the properties so this time kailangan nato ni siya i-constraints. So when we talk about constraints, no, it's iyahang scope, iyahang limit. So meaning ang constraint niya is kaning ato ang parent component niya which is kaning constraint layout. So that is why kailangan nato siya i-register as it is an object or a component of this constraint layout. So para dili siya magpataka og position sa bisan asa na UI, no? Okay, so ready na ato ang program. So this time, magdungag lang ta dire. We have here button. So we have button, btn click. Okay. CMD din. CMD click. Okay, so let's say for an instance, we are going to process the number that is entered by the user. So let's have here set on click. So by the way, last time, pwede mo, you can use this one, no? Kanina, way of programming, this is actually the typical or the usual way to create an event for your button. You can use lambda also. So instead of in ana, pwede nimo siya gamiton ay nani siya. So let's say okay, and then after that you put here public void click. Okay. So this is what we call lambda expression. No, ay kog lambda bitaw, lambda expression. So shortened sa kani. No? So instead of inana siya, okay, so inani na ang iyang whatever you're putting here, it's the action that is going to be uh, processed by this one. So the click. Okay. So actually you can do it manually or you can do it there sa pag-set dire. Pwede na nimo dire ibutang sa on click sa tong on click. Yeah, pwede ka mag-define dire. Like pwede nimo butangan dire og any, let's say I don't know if whatever unsa imong gusto ibutang dira sa sige, i-try lang po nato later on. Okay? So unahon sa nato ni siya dire. Okay, so let's say we have here int num is equal to txt num dot get text. Okay. And then i-convert sa nato ni siya into parse, i-parse na nato siya by integer. So, okay. Kailangan po nato na siya ibutang as a string. Okay. So after that, we now have here, let's say, if condition. So let's say here old. So short notation ta, which is conditional. Okay, instead of if condition. So let's say num equals to 0. Let's say this is origin. And then if num is equal to, let's say modulus to 2 equals to 0, that's even. And then else add. So example, inani lang atong buhaton sa atong program for now. Wait. Ay, okay. Sorry. Yun. Okay. Then, display nato siya sa txt result that set text. So again, this is a new way of coding. So a few techniques or strategies na pwede niyo buhaton. Instead of dili lang ninyo siya ibutang sa protected on create always sa inyong codes. So instead of doing that, pwede niyo siya inanion. Okay, so these are some of the techniques that you can do in your program. So that is creating a method which is using lambda expression. So the same gyapon ni siya sa ginabuhat nato before, but only that it is shortened compared to earlier. Okay, so let's run the program now and so let's say we are going to enter 3, 5. So let's click it, this one. So add, okay. So let's say 80, that's even, and then F0, that's origin. Okay, so yeah, as easy as that, no? Pretty easy. So this time, katong isa ka, let's say katong isa akong giingon sa inyo ha, for an instance, mahimot ang isa ka button, and then my question, guys, na question wala?
Wala, sir.
Wala naman. Okay, so this is, let's say, cancel. Okay, so CMD, close na lang. Close. And then, natin siya as close. Tapos, instead of dito ta mag-anog lambda niya, there is sa, click the close button, and then ato ka sa on click, and then butang nimo siya dire, let's say, Click naman to no, so imo lang is close na lang. Okay, close. Okay, and then enter. Wait. Okay, so nana siya dire. Okay, sa imuhang split na raw Android on click, pwede pala nimo diri buhaton manually. So ang ano lang ana niya is it waits for you to create a method for your close button. So like for an instance, imo ka diri public void close. Okay, and then you do the same for btn. Na ito nagputang. So you go here, btn close. Okay, instantiate or bind them. So we have here close. And then cmd close. Wait. btn click. Ngano sa close man eh? cmd. Wait for a while. Ito kung nag-on kanina. cmd. Okay. Click to dahil eh. Wait. Na-change no ako siya ganina. Matakabalo. Wala na to na sa bantayan. So, click. Ayan. And then, this is cmd close. So, of course, para ma-close siya, system.exit. Okay? Ayan. So, we don't deviate that kasi okay na siya. Mag-close na siya. Now, this is, let's say, close. And this should be close. Okay? So, let's say, ang iyang operation ani would be, instead of i-determine niya, let's have a few loops here. Let's say, wait for a while. Just wait for a while ha kay nasay mo babay. Bye. Okay, sige. Now, asa na ta? Let's back where we left off. Let's say for an instance, we're going to process some of the like numbers, no? Let's say atong buhaton with the number is nabay naga-follow? Wala.
Wala. Kuhan sir na, tanawon lang ako record ng sub sir kayo. Nagkuhan kong format yung PC sir.
Okay. So let's say itong buhaton would be and then what we are going to do with our numbers atong buhaton na. Sige, nahanin na lang. Let's say we have here let's say file and then so let's say let's say we are going to create a program using a certain loops do. So i-process niya whatsoever sa imong ipangbutang na process for once we click the program and then it will give the result to your text field. So what do you think is the output of our program in your upon your reading kanang lang anticipation lang unsa kaya ang output sa program? Hello? Hello?
Wait lang, sir.
So mag-start ang num, no? Mag-start ang num with unsa ang input na num, and then kwaon niya ang modulus sa sorry. Val and val is equal to num. I-try nat iran. This before nato siya iran, ato sa siyang i-trace. So let's say start ta with num is not equal to 0. So let's say ang value aning num is, let's say 18. Okay? So the value of num is 18. So is 18 less than or equal to 0? So true or false? Ang 18 ba daw not equal to 0?
True, sir.
True or okay, true. Very good. So since true siya, ma-execute siya dire, sulod siya. And then ang val nato would be modulus to 2. So 18 divided by 2, ang remainder niya is pila? Pila yung remainder kung i-divide nato ang 18 by 2? 0.
0. Yes, sir.
Okay, walay remainder 0 kasi 18 divided by 2 is 9, tapos ang remainder niya 0. Okay? So, pag abot dito sa hold, ang value niya karon na isumpay would be ang value karon ni value is 0. So dili siya string, but isumpay nato siya with the string na nothing or something like null, walay sulod. So 0 plus the string, i-convert niya or i-typecast niya into a string, mahimo na siyang 0. Okay? And then here, sa num divided by num2, kani i-divide yun na to ang 18 by 2. So 18 divided by 2,
9.
kani 18 modulus to 2, so equal to 0. Kani 18 divided by 2, 9. Very good. So 9 ang result ani. Then balik siya sa loop. So pagbalik sa loop, ang value na ni num karon is 18. Ay 9. Okay? So is 9 not equal to 0?
True gyapon, sir.
True gihapon. So pag true siya, ang mahitabo would be 9 modulus to 2 equals pila?
1.
Okay, good. 1. Okay? So since 1 man, ang mahitabo would be, okay, so i-add niya ang 1. Okay, so 1 plus the result kanina na 0. So making it, mahimo na siyang 1, 0. Okay? Now next is i-divide na pod nimo ang 9 by 2. Ang result is pila? 4. Okay? 4.5. Okay, 4.5. Okay, 4.5, yes, pero integer man na siya unless magbutang ka o diri og 12.0. Ang result ana 4.5. Pero kay dili man integer man siya, so integer lang 4 lang na, walay labot ang 0.5. So walay labot decimal place. Okay? So tapos mobalik siya sa loop. We have here 4 not equal to 0. True or false?
True.
True gyapon. Okay, and then paabot re 4 modulus to 2,
0.
0. Okay, then isumpay na pod ang 0 plus, so 0 plus katong na ay 1, 0, and then equals now to 0, 1, 0. Okay?
0,
And
1.
then 0, 1, 0 na siya kasi ang 0 isumpay sa murag 10. Okay. Next is unsa result, unsa nagay value sa atong 4? Ay atong 4 no?
4, sir.
4 divided by 2. So 4 divided by 2, pila?
2.
2. Okay? So balik na po siya sa loop. 2 not equal to 0. True or false?
True gyapon, sir.
True gihapon. So kay true man, ang mahitabo would be 2 modulus to 2.
0.
0. Okay, very good. So since 0, then ang mahitabo would be i-add na po niya ang 0 or 0 plus sa itong current value na to 0, 1, 0. Okay? And then you have here equals saan na ni? 0, sorry, 0, 0, 1, 0. Tama ba? Okay, and then paabot dire 2 divided by 2,
1.
1. Okay, so 1 modulus 1, 1 modulus 1 not equal to 0.
True.
2. Okay, paabot dire 1 modulus to 2, 1.
1 gyapon.
1 gyapon kay 2, di ba? 0 man eh. 2 divided by 2, 0 para kay it cannot be man ang 2, ang 1, it cannot be man. So that is why ano ka, 2 times 0 is 2, 1 minus 0 is 1. So ang remainder niya is 1. Kay cannot be man ang 1, no? 2 times 1, 2. Kay di man mo ma-minus ang 1 minus 2. Okay? So that is why 1 siya. And then, ang mahitabo dire would be 1 plus, okay, unsa man to siya, 0, 0, 1, 0. And then you have here equals 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. So, pag abot dire, divide niya ang 1 by 2 equals ila?
0.5.
0 lang kay dili man siya decimal, no? Same ganina. Okay, so since 0 siya, sabutangan og division or separator. So 0 is not equal to 0. 0 is not
True.
equal to 0.
Ay, false.
False. Okay. False na, mag-stop ng program. Tapos, ang hold would be, last value sa hold kay 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. So, unsa ni siya? Ang 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. So, unsay ginabuhat sa program? Unsay gibuhat sa program? Mag-return og unsa?
Binary. Ay, binary.
Binary. Sa binary sa number. So, kung ato ang tanawon, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. 16 plus 2, katong 16 ang isa, 1. Tapos 2 kay 1. 16 plus 2 is 18. So, ang i-display sa program is binary digits sa i-display na to na program. Okay. So, let's say we have here, let's say 18. Click na to. So 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. Okay, so let's say we have 22 and then click. So 1, 0, 1, 1, 0. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. 16 plus 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. 16 plus 4, pila? 20, tama?
20.
Plus 2, 22. Okay? So, yeah, that's it. Okay? Sige daw, maghimo kog isa ka method. And then, let's say, ako ibutang diri process. So, ako ibutang diri process. So, ang tawagon, ana, so, mo ni kanay sa inani na gibuhat nato sa programming nato. Kasi, flexible siya. So, kani, mag-behave lang ni siya diri. Naka-method na ni. So, since process na siya, kanina ang iyahang itawagon. Sige, let's say for an instance, I have here 2 and then So mag-create tag isa ka. Ay, sige, ano na lang. Enter number, tapos ikuha na to siya with, sige, enter two number. Let's say string, string, let's say xxx. Okay. Tapos, wait ha. Pauna to ang value ni xxx. Sa daw ni siya. Lahi na lang. A is equal to, pwede na to xxx. Tapos, atong i-extract, ang buhaton na to would be, let's say, patong buhaton na ni. Okay. Pwede na ta mag-loop, ani na lang. So, magkuha tag value, int val1 equals integer dot parseInt, tapos txt num1 dot get text dot, let's say, char at 0. String sa day nato ni, sorry. Ayan. And then, let's have here, cannibal 2, tapos char at, let's say, 1, 2. Ayan. And then, actually, i-loop unta na ako, pero kanina lang para mas dali. So, meaning, ang i-type na to sa number, kay, let's say, 2 and 6. Tapos, kuhaon niya ang first index as, ang val1 is 2, ang second ang val2 is 6. Inana ang program ha. So, this time, I want you to trace daw the output of the program. So, let's say we have here val2 is galon na to ng val, rest na lang ni. And then, one na lang ni. Sige. So, rest times equals to val1. And then, val. So, sige, ang i-input, assuming daw, mag-input daw ko sa ito ang, okay, assuming mag-input ko sa ito ang get text of, let's say, 3 and then 6. So, mo na akong value. Nag-type ko 3 space 6. So, can you trace the program if unsa ang output? Sorry, rest din eh. Okay, sige. I'll give you mga 5 to 10 minutes, and then please guys, asan yung isulat yung program, once mayon ko og just skip your program, and then once mayon ko og okay or yung output, and then mayon lang ko, just wait for my cue kung i-submit na nyo yung output lang. So unsay output sa program kana, okay? Sige, nakuha unsay output sa program. All right, okay. So you may now start. Okay, ako po siyang i-solve diri. Daw. Mag-trace ta. So 3 and 6. Three times 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mana? Mana guys?
Mana, sir?
Ang uban? So, mana ang how about all the others? Masing gi-program niyo anyo gi-trace. Sige daw. Key in your answer daw in our group chat. Okay, key in your answer in your GC. Sige, i-record na ko niya. So we have Kavan. Sige, date karon. 8
9, sir.
9. So we have ang mga audience nato dire kay si Kavan. Uy, duha ra dai mo. Matutina. So sige, ano na ko ni as lab quiz. Lab quiz. So
Yes, sir.
Kavan and Matutina. So ang the rest walay lab quiz patay. Okay. Okay, 729 si Kavan. Ikaw ano, Matutina.
Wala, sir.
Wala. Any guess na lang. Any guess? Save, copy, paste. Based sa imuhang ano, pag-read, unsa man imuhang answer? Matutina. Hello, asa naman si Matutina?
Pass, sir, pass.
Pass. So, usa ito atong gi-input? 3 og
6.
no? 3 space. Ay, okay, di ta ka-input og ano kay 6. Anyway, 316 na lang kay number lang man din yung ma-input. Di ta ka-input og letter diri or space kay number man din ni. So, ang 1 imaginary na lang. So, 3 ang ma-capture diri 3 og 6 lang man. So, by the way, 3 and 6 lang. Walay labot ang 1. So dapat inana, no? Uy, nag-error itong program. Okay, wait for a while. So, check sa nato atong ang display. We have here ay, okay, pwede ra dire a.carat na nang unta to. A.carat and then a.carat. Kay na-assign naman na nato na siya, no? Or balik dapat Sige, anyway, try sa nato. Actually, yes, the answer there is 729. No, tama si Kavan. Bali, ang first number is iyaha lang siyang i-multiply number of times, no, 6 times. Ayan. Nag-enter ko og usa ni character. Wait. Process. Nagka-error siya. Unsay result aning ato sa ning ano te. Val 1 val 2. Kuhaan sa ato kung na-capture ba niya ang val 1 o val 2. Okay, sige. Three and 6. Ayan, 3 and 6. Nakuha niya ang 3 and 6. However, sa atong program is nagka-error siya because what happened? So we have here res is equal to 1. Wala niya ni na ano si res. Wait ha. Wala niya na read. Wait. Res times. Yun. Ano kaya to? So res times val and then val minus or val 2 minus. So result would be dapat res. So anyway, basta ang algorithm na to is katong first number is i-multiply to niya number of times based sa katong index 2 or character at string number 2 ang gibuhat ang i-capture niya. Okay. Ayan. Yun na siya pero ay anong 3.6 dito dapat 3.6. Ayan. So, yan. 729. Ang result would be 729. Okay. Yeah, so then sige, stop sa na akong recording.